And during the few moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
You're listening to The John Clayton Show on 710 ESPN Seattle and 710sports.com. Now, more John Clayton.
This show just flew by. Our thanks to Matt Nelson for running the show, to Liz Matthews for producing the show, taking your phone calls, 866-979-ESPN, 206-421-ESPN. We go to Commando Dave. David, how are you?
Hey, what's up, John Clayton, damn it?
It's cut down day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey, right out of the chute, let me give a shout-out to Felix Hernandez. Shake it off. And while I'm giving shout-outs to John Clayton, let me give one to the attendees of the 5th annual John Clayton Fantasy Football Camp. I saw the pics on the 710 Facebook page. Looks like it was the best ever. You guys had a great time, but please remember, as much as John Clayton makes every fantasy accommodation for camps from here to Chicago, when you call the John Clayton Show, keep it real. Right, John Clayton?
Absolutely.
Okay, now that the fantasy camps are in the past and the preseason is over, there's only one thing left, John Clayton, real football. So on the front page of JohnClaytonDammit.com, starting our 10th year, we've got the Damn It light out, John Clayton. There's no need to put out a bat light because although Batman is a crime-fighting crusader, when it comes to football, he's no John Clayton, damn it. Now, John Clayton, I caught you on the Ron and Don show a couple of weeks ago, and I heard something I hadn't heard on the radio in years. The old Ron and Don show, or a song, I should say.
Right.
For some reason, John Clayton, damn it, loves it. Here's the song. Check it out.
We're Ron and Don. We traveled near and far, talking about incredible things. We're Ron and Don. We're at your local bar, talking about chicks and things. So if you don't have a girl and you're not on a date, then you're listening to the Ron and Don Show.
All right, there we go, Professor. Brings back old times, doesn't it?
And as Don pointed out, back in the mid-'90s on Saturday, your show came on right before the Ron and Don show. And the irony of that, John Clayton, before ever thinking about calling your show, I felt that I had to make my bones on the Ron and Don show. And anytime I've been on your show with a rant of passion, clarity, and forcefulness, I'm merely bringing it to the show like Ron and Don taught me back in 95. And John Clayton, if you ever hear me say, let me bring it to the show, just clear the lane. Because I'm coming down for a Daryl Dawkins Chocolate Thunder plexiglass on the floor slam, starting right now with the Huskies. By and large, we're all Seahawks fans here. And it doesn't get any more exciting as a Seahawks fan, John Clayton, than entering the season as a Super Bowl champ. But just like today, the Huskies kick off football season in this town. And I'm more excited about the Huskies playing football because in my book, to the realer than real deal Holyfield football fans in Seattle, football starts with the Huskies. The Huskies were playing football way before the Seahawks were even a twinkle in John Nordstrom's wallet. And Husky football is on Saturday, and that's why it comes before Sunday. The Gross predicted a dark decade for the Sonics after the Gary Payton trade, John Clayton, but no one could have predicted the dark days of Husky football we'd see the decade after the last Rose Bowl. And now that those days are long in the rearview mirror, John Clayton, for this Husky football fan, there's never been a more exciting start to a season, and today kicks off the newest era in Husky football ever. The new Husky Stadium is broken in. The team has dogfought its way back to Pac-12 respectability. And to top it all off, John Clayton, a head coach in Chris Peterson, who couldn't be more intriguing to see where he takes the University of Washington football team. His Boise State teams were always able, I should say, to play with the big boys. And now that he's coaching one of the big boys, it starts today, man, in the South Pacific with a convincing big boy Pacific 12 Aloha ass whooping. And while I'm on the subject of ass whoopings, John Clayton, 214 days after the one the Seahawks gave to Victor's Broncos, they opened the Thursday night first game of the 2014 season as the defending Super Bowl champs. And in the words of Colin Puyallup, let me tell you, John Clayton, be thankful for one thing. Never again will you take a call from a Seahawks fan saying the Seattle Seahawks don't get any national respect. You don't get respect by SportsCenter guys flopping on your jock on TV. You get it by winning a Super Bowl in the most dominating fashion possible. And now, John Clayton, Seattle is the epicenter of the NFL. NBC can't tell us enough. Last season ended in Jersey. This season starts in Seattle with the Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks, in Seahawks Stadium for the absolute most exciting Seahawks season ever. So to all my fellow football Husky and Seahawks football fans, put your seatbelts and game faces on. It's football season. Talk to you next week, John.
All right, Dave. Thank you. 866-979-ESPN, 206-421-ESPN. Let's go to Scott in Redmond. Hey, Scott.